Let's talk about some of the teams during the playoffs that did not really meet expectations here. First up, I want to revisit the playoff bracket, starting with the Eastern Conference.
We don't need to see a bracket. We know who they are.
Okay, so which Eastern Conference team, Richard Jefferson, do you think has the most regret right now as we sit here literally sweating in the middle of the NBA bubble?
Look, it is actually really, really close, in my opinion, between the Celtics and the Bucks. Those are my two teams because I think the Celtics felt like they could have won that Miami Heat series.
Did you tell the producers Philadelphia?
No,
that's
I
what they were showing.
No, I said no. I didn't tell them Philadelphia. I never said. I was talking about the Bucks. It's the Bucks. They had the two-time MVP. They had the best record 2 years in a row, and they had the Coach of the Year 1 year. So they've had all of the pieces. And so to not reach a finals and to actually regress from where you made it to last year, that is a tough one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to piggyback off of Richard there. To me, it's the Bucks. I mean, you definitely have the best player in the game, at least in the regular season, and you get in this bubble and you're not able to perform. But I think it all falls back that the Milwaukee Bucks was just not a good road team. So when you put them in a bubble and you put them in a place where they're not having those home court advantages, then it really affected them because they were the best team in basketball, at least at home.
Yeah.
My guess is that the Celtics are not over losing to the Heat, and they're looking at this and the Lakers and saying, look what the Lakers have done to destroy the Heat zone. I mean, I realize that the Celtics don't have Anthony Davis. You could argue whether or not they should have gone after him a year ago, but okay, they didn't. They just did some real basic principles against the zone that has broken it from the Heat. The other thing is Tyler Hero. He has had some moments in this series, but for the most part, he's been low efficiency. The Lakers have been able to slow him down. The Celtics could not solve that. And so those are two just schematic things. For as much credit as Brad Stevens gets, I think the game plans of the Lakers have just been better, and that could have been found by the Celtics.
All right, I want to shift to the Western Conference then. Scottie, of the West team, who do you think has the most regret
We
right
don't need
now?
no brackets, Scottie.
Let me see. It's definitely the obvious. It's the Clippers. We were expecting a Western Conference, championship going with the Clippers and the Lakers, and, they were just disappointing. And again, I'm going to go back to what I said about the Milwaukee Bucks. You have to be able to go on the road and get road kills. And if you're not a good road team, the bubble doesn't work for you because you're only comfortable playing at home.
The Clippers were one of the historically great disappointments in NBA history, not only having that team that was built to win the finals, but to lose a 3-1 lead the way they did. There has already been significant fallout with Doc Rivers. There will be more significant fallout. And when those changes happen, it'll be because they couldn't get over it because of the regret, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, I agree. I understand that this series was going to get closer. As it got closer, this team, the Clippers, really struggled. And, to go back to the Lakers with that must win, they've seen so many 3-1s and so many other stuff. You want to get a stranglehold of a series as quickly as possible. And the Clippers had that against the Denver Nuggets team, and they just couldn't close out. But that's not the worst part. The worst part of this was the fourth quarter of Game 7, where they went full Chernobyl. They went full meltdown. There was nothing left. Like, I'm telling you, I was standing there, and the media was behind me, and you're just watching. I turned around to see everyone's faces, and they were like, what is going on? We had not seen a meltdown like that since Chernobyl.
Richard, just for everybody's information, watch the Chernobyl documentary.
I did. I have a lot of time. I have a lot of time on my hands.
So.
That was the same season, by the way.
Was it?
It was a year ago. It was a year ago, like 2 days ago.
I want to say this about the Clippers. Richard, you're calling it a meltdown.
Yes.
I call the Clippers a lack of leadership because I still don't know who the leader of that team was this season. And if you could tell me, we both know.
Okay.
Well, here's what we know. The Clippers and Steve Ballmer didn't think that it was Doc Rivers, as Brian pointed out. So maybe things will change there next season. We will see. All right.
Do they have a coach yet?
Well, not yet, Richard. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.